Hi everyone and welcome to the podcast. I hope you're doing really well. It is Wednesday here and I'm coming to you a day early than normal. It's such awful weather outside. It's raining and raining and raining. We had to close the shop today, which is why I'm home podcasting, because I thought, well, if I can't be at the studio, then I might as well be here and doing a podcast. So yeah, I hope you're doing really well. I have been really busy at work as usual, and I haven't got a huge amount of knitting to talk about, although I feel like I've been constantly knitting, so I feel like I should have more projects, but I guess I'm working on larger things, so but we'll get into that in a minute. I am wearing actually an old make. I think I made this be a couple of years ago now. This is the Elton Pullover by Locatelli, and I actually made this as a sample for the shop, and I've recently brought it home so that I can wear it, and I'm really glad I have, because it is such a lovely sweater and it's perfect for this time of year. So here in Coffs Harbour we have finally started to get cooler weather, which is so good. So I've been pulling out all my knitwear, and yeah, so this is one that's going to be on high rotation this year, I can already tell. So I knit this using our Uptown sock. So it's striped. You do, I think it's probably 4 rows of Mohair silk lace, which I knit in the Char colour, and then 4 rows of a sock weight, which I used our Uptown sock, and I used Pixelated for the Uptown sock. Hi Ricky. Which is, it's not actually on the shop. I tend to rotate through colours, so even though it's not on the shop, if anyone does like the Pixelated colour or any colour, old colour, I can always dye them, so it's not a problem. So yeah, Pixelated for the Uptown sock, and then Char for the Mohair silk lace. And even though it, the Mohair silk lace is quite a sheer fabric, it's very warm. Like I'm not feeling any breeze or any coolness coming through this sweater. It's just lovely. I know that there was also a Elton cardigan, which I think came first. I think it was the Elton cardigan, then the Elton pullover, so that'd be great too. But I really like Hohi's designs where she has the drop shoulder, and actually Andrea Mowry is another one. It's probably why I knit a lot of their patterns, because the way that they structure their sweaters I really like. So it's a drop shoulder, very simple to knit, and as always with Hohi's patterns, there's really nice shaping and things around the neck. My cat's coming up on the table. Don't bump that. You can see her little ear poking out. You want to come here? Come on. Yeah, say hello. So yeah, I really enjoyed knitting this when I knit it ages ago, and I don't think I'm not sure if I cropped the body. I don't think I did. I think the sweater itself is quite cropped. I mean, it doesn't matter because you can always adjust the length anyway. So yeah, this is going to be a really nice sweater for winter this year. Now, I wanted to mention too, hopefully you will notice that the lighting is a lot better in this podcast. I had a ring light that I bought ages ago for the podcast, and I just forgot about it because I'd stopped podcasting for so long that I just forgot it was in my cupboard. Anyway, I was doing a bit of a clean out and I found it. So for a little tiny ring light, it certainly has a lot of brightness, so hopefully this will help a lot. I noticed the last podcast was very dark, which was a bit of a bummer, but it's funny because this area that I podcast in is actually quite bright, so it was unusual that it was so dark, but I guess it's just the way that cameras their exposure works. So anyway, hopefully this will be much brighter and lighter and you can see colors and things. Okay, let's talk quickly about the winner of last podcast's giveaway, which was a sock set, one of our Sugar Rush sock sets. So I'm going to put the winner just down below here. I'll put the name. I haven't actually drawn it yet, but as soon as the podcast is over, I'm going to go through the comments, and I will use a random number generator to draw the winner. And Riku, she's putting her claws in. And yeah, thank you so much for commenting, and I loved reading everyone's comments. It was really lovely. So yeah. Now, what else? Got a list down here. So yeah, the Yarniversary make-along that's been going on over on Ravelry and Discord, and also people have been posting on Instagram. It's been fantastic seeing what you're all making. So this is our 15-year anniversary knit-along. So it's using, you know, a bit of our yarn or all of our yarn, whatever you want, as long as the project has some sort of skein yarn in it. And yeah, there's been lots of lovely projects. So it's been a lot of fun looking at those. I always really like it when people tag me on Instagram when they've been knitting with our yarn, because I really like seeing what everyone's making. Like, that never gets old as a dyer. So yeah, that's been great, and if you'd like to join us, there's still time. You could easily bang out a pair of socks or a hat or something. We do have prizes, so just post a picture of what you've been knitting on, either on our Ravelry group, Discord, or on Instagram. If you're going to post on Instagram, the hashtag is SYMakealong. And May is almost over. We've got one more week left, and then we're into June. And then in June we have another knit-along happening, which will be our solstice accessories, winter accessories knit-along. So I'll talk about that a little bit later, but yeah, hopefully you can come and join us. Alright, now that that's all out of the way, I can talk about what I've been knitting. So last week we released a new yarn base called Allure, and it is a sock weight 100% merino. It's actually a extra fine merino. So the micron count of the merino is 19.5, so that's very fine, and it's very, very soft. So we already have some merino yarns in our lineup, but I wanted something that was just a little bit more sort of luxurious, that you could, it's still a good price point, but that felt lovely to knit and to wear. So when I actually got this yarn as a sample, I knew that I really wanted to put it on the shop. So yeah, so we put a lot of colors on last week, and in the theme of Yarniversary, I ended up dyeing a lot of our old colors, or actually all of our old colors, onto our new base. So it was sort of old meets new. And one of the old colors that I dyed was Urban, and I really love this color. In fact, I love all of our old colors, but it was really nice actually to see the older colors and how I used to dye them, which is completely different to how I dye them now. The older colors I used to layer a lot of color one on top of the other, and they're actually quite time consuming, because once you put one color on, you have to wait until it's fully absorbed before you add another color to the pot. because I do kettle dyeing. Because if you don't do that and you're adding colour upon colour, then the colours go very muddy and it doesn't look great. So I did that and it was a lot of fun, and actually I miss it. I miss dyeing that way. I miss, I do still do the layering, but I do it in a quicker sort of way. But yeah, these colours are very deep and very moody. So I think our palette back in the day was quite a dark and moody sort of colour palette, which I really enjoy. So I am actually thinking of bringing back some of these colours because I really love them. So yeah, this one definitely will be coming back. I'm thinking probably next month I might reintroduce this one and a few of the other ones. But anyway, so I wanted just to do a nice little knit, a little something with the new yarn. So I decided to knit Paul a beanie, and this is the head sock. I always think head sock hat by Amanda Steck, and it's a free pattern. It's super duper quick. I think I knit this in about 4 days. It's just a very plain 2x2 rib beanie with a really nice, she has a really nice way of decreasing for the crown, which I really like, and it's remaining in pattern. I don't knit a lot of hats, so I'm not really that comfortable in just casting on and knitting. Socks are fine, yes, and shawls and sweaters, but I just I guess because we're not really in a climate that you wear a lot of hats, but Paul does like wearing beanies like this in winter, so yeah, I mean, why not? And it knitted up beautifully, and he's worn it tons already. So this, you can knit the hat obviously to just kind of like a skull cap, or you can have one with a turnover brim. I did it so that he could turn it over, and the pattern says knit to 8 inches, but to be honest, I think that would have been way too long. So I knit 7.5 inches, and I could have actually just knit 7 inches, and it would have still been long enough to turn the brim over. But yeah, anyway, it was a lovely, quick, easy pattern, and he really likes it, so I'll definitely be making more. And you can adjust the pattern to knit it with DK weight, so I might try that too, because that's going to be even quicker to knit. So yeah, that's the head sock hat by Amanda Steck, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry, and of course everything I talk about I'll link below. So in terms of whips, I am still working on the Cumulus sweater by PetiteKnit. This I am knitting for the yarn knit along, the Yarniversary knit along, and I'm making progress. I actually took time off to knit the hat, but I'm back knitting the body of the sweater, and I tried it on and dropped half of the stitches, which was terrible because this is fluffy yarn, so actually some of them stuck, so it was easy to pick up, but a lot of them fell back, so then I had to pick them all up, and it was a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, I need to get one of those wires that you can get, or that tubing for trying on things. I don't have it, so I really need to get one, because I knit so many sweaters that yeah, it's kind of I really do need to get it so that I can put my stitches on hold so I can try the sweaters on. But anyway, I put a little marker where I was at the time, and I know that I need to knit 3 inches from here. There's no ribbing on this sweater, it's just an I-cord bind off, so it'll hit me around about high hip, which is where I like my sweaters. This one might be even just a tad bit longer for winter. So yeah, I am using our new yarn, which is So Fine, which is all tangled up. This is the Suri silk, and it's so lovely. It's just the softest yarn ever, and this is in the colour Petrol, which is sort of a blue and it has a green that flows through it as well. It's really lovely. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this pattern. I mean, I spoke about it last time, just that it's really lovely and easy, and it's going to be really nice to wear. It's very soft and it's going to be lovely and warm. So yeah, looking forward to getting that off my needles and wearing it. And I'm also still working on my Basil Cardigan by Amy Christoffers, and I have completed the body now, and I have cropped the body from what the pattern says. You want to come back up? No? I think she's telling me I want to eat my lunch now. It's too early, Fluff. Anyway, so I knit it to a reasonably cropped length. It's probably like, you know, bomber jackets, how they sit high hip. That's probably the length of what this cardigan will hit. And it was interesting because the pattern itself, well, for the buttons to be evenly spaced, the rib where you're meant to put a button in the midway section of the ribbing meant that the rib needed to be 4 inches, that's 10 centimeters long, or even a bit longer than that, and it just kind of looked a bit weird. I didn't really like the look of it. So what I ended up doing was I knit the pattern to the second last buttonhole, and then I did the rib. So it won't have a button at the bottom, but it won't look weird because that's the buttonhole right there, and that's the end of the sweater. So that'll still look quite nice. But yeah, anyway, I don't know why. I guess that was just her, Amy's choice, just to kind of make it look even. Otherwise it would have looked a bit weird if I guess if it wasn't evenly spaced. But anyway, yeah, I think ribbing that long will look a bit strange on a cardigan, and I did see some people who did it, and yeah, it just kind of looked a bit too long. So anyway, I guess you could just knit in stockinette and make like to the same length too, and make the ribbing a bit shorter. Like, there are ways to alter it, but anyway, I really like the cardigan. I love this collar. I mean, it's just the best thing. I've never knit a collar. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's so cute. And then the top button will button up at the top here like this. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to finishing it. I have this and maybe half of that left, so I don't know if that's going to be enough for the sleeves. I'm using our winter worsted. This is the colour Eclipse. I always say it wrong. Is it Eclipse? I said it wrong last time. Anyway, it's a really lovely deep chocolate brown, and it's got purple and gold flecks in it, so yeah, it's really pretty. And yeah, I'm going to have fun choosing buttons for this too. I don't know what kind of buttons I might get. Maybe just some plain brown ones. I don't know. I'll have to take it with me and pick some buttons out. So yeah, that is the Basil Cardigan by Amy Christoffers, and yeah, really enjoying knitting it. And it is actually quite a quick knit, even though it's taken me a while, but I'm kind of switching between other projects. But because it is a worsted weight sweater, it is actually going really quickly. And the sleeves will be super quick to knit too, because yeah, worsted weight. So I have plans to cast on the Everyday Cardigan by Andrea Mowry, and that is for my aunt. I actually sent her samples, some colour samples. which, oh, I'm gonna yawn. I am really tired today. I think it's the weather. You know, when it rains and you just, oh, it makes you feel really sleepy. Anyway, I sent her samples and she got them on Friday last week, and so she's deciding which color she wants the sweater to be, so that's great. And then when she tells me what she wants, then I will dye up the yarn and get started on that. And then coming up, is the solstice knit along, the winter accessories knit along. So we are hosting that again on Ravelry, Discord, and on Instagram, and it's a fun accessories knit along. You can use any yarn you have, doesn't have to be Skein yarn. There will be prizes for that too, and yeah, anything like hats, socks, shawls, any accessories would qualify. And if you have anything that you've got in your whip pile that you want to finish, that's totally fine too. That will be acceptable. I am still deciding what I want to knit, and I did really enjoy my velvet mirror cowl, which I showed last time. And I really loved the colour work, so I'm thinking I might have to do another colour work cowl maybe. I was looking at the Sophie, I think Fluffy, it's either my cat or the Suri silk is giving me an itchy nose. The Sophie hood, I think it's called, by PetiteKnit. I actually bought that, so that might be an option. Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. I have a couple of weeks before we have to cast on, but I'm thinking maybe something nice and cozy, because yeah, it is getting cooler here, and working with DK weight yarn is so nice, so probably do that, something, you know, warm and cozy. And with that knit along, I will say it will run throughout June. The solstice is, I believe, the 22nd of June, so the whole of June I am theming around the solstice, so there's going to be lots of updates and things happening. That's to do with winter here in Australia, which I don't feel like, I know overseas you always hear about the solstice and it's around Christmas and you know, people getting right into winter. It doesn't really happen here in Australia for some reason, but yeah, it'd be nice to kind of really hone in and focus on that time of year, and you know, giving ourselves permission to slow down and take some time to reflect on our year, and be cozy and do some knitting and drink some hot tea and coffee, and you know, just relax. I actually I feel like, I think with work I have had a lot of work happening with the studio. We've had the studio shop now open on Monday through to Wednesday in the mornings, and it's been fabulous. We've had people calling in, which has been great. And I've been dyeing up lots of things and lots of stuff happening, so I've been really busy. So it would be nice just to take a little bit of time out each week and just to knit and recharge the batteries. So that's the whole idea behind the solstice knit along. And of course, even if you're overseas, if you're, you know, heading into summer, you can still join in. You could knit some nice winter accessories for your upcoming winter, which, as we all know, time flies, so it'll be here very quickly. My other plans is, I actually had a woman come into the shop yesterday, and she was wearing the most lovely vest, and we chatted, but I didn't actually get to ask her what pattern the vest was. And I thought, you know what, I really want to knit a plain vest. I looked on Ravelry. I'm not sure what pattern I want. I mean, I haven't really had a really good look, but if anyone has a suggestion, can you please let me know? I'd love to have a vest that's kind of not too baggy. I want it sort of maybe an inch or two with a bit of ease. maybe plain. I wouldn't mind a little bit of cabling or a little bit of something, but mainly just something nice and warm and plain. So yeah, if you have any ideas, please let me know. And I think that's everything. I feel like I haven't been talking for very long, but that's all I've got for this week. And yeah, so comment below. Feel free to find us on Instagram, which is I am at Skein Yarn, and on Ravelry I am K10. I usually say it at the beginning, but I forgot this time. And yeah, I hope you're well wherever you are, and I will talk to you in another 2 weeks. So see you then. Bye.